The Emperor will be responsible for the decision. Ellie heard that and laughed excitedly. Nicola seems afraid of heights. See that Mina playing poking her. Pull her out the window to see. Ellie continued her thoughts with the wind. I found a good place. This tallest building is near the center of Trong City. If we're all gathered here, people work more conveniently. The gay man replied yes. Your Majesty looked at the distance and pondered. Something. It looks like the area of Trong is very large. But they're mostly two-story buildings. It's time to build tall buildings. To move into the next phase of school. Suddenly, Mina called out. Mina looked closely at the people on the ground and continued. It's chilly. Sao Ellie agrees. Holding the document in such a panic. Is looking for us Sao. A moment later, Siley was in the room on the top floor. You rush into the report. Bah, Lady Ellie. Miss Nicola Ellie asked in surprise. Why is Siley so impatient? Siley hurriedly handed the document to Ellie to read and say. Yes, there is a very urgent part of the document. Give it to the lady. Ellie read the document, her face panicked. What is it that somebody doing this? I was also curious to ask what happened. Ellie had a worried face. Back to save the wind. The market has a restaurant. Use meat as food to sell out. Many people eat with stomach pain. Save wind face 7 thoughts. Of course, this kind of thing still happens. Ellie impatiently followed His Majesty. We have to treat this person seriously. This kind of thing can't happen anymore. Calmly replied. It's not enough to build a food sanitation unit. Ellie was confused. Ask the food safety department again. That's the correct explanation. Later in the school. All of the food stores. Everyone has to register this department. People of this department, after verifying the relevant documents, will provide the corresponding certificates. Allowed to trade, at the same time telling the press to propagate. The shops are not qualified. Not suitable for the sanitary management of the school. Ask people not to buy. Then tell the sanitation department. Organization of inspection, not periodically. Detect VI violations. Recall your trading status. Nicola finished listening to the applause. That's what Ra thinks. It can actually make some people think. Good replacement of goods. Ellie looked at the wind and said with admiration. Your Majesty, every time I can think of a way. It's like they were prepared too soon. She rubbed Ellie's head and said. It is only the wisdom of the first. I still seem a little worried about this, she said. But Your Majesty, if the people from the sanitation department and the store, successful transaction, cover each other. What to do? Save Mina. Ellie is deaf. It took me 5 seconds to look at Cyril. No one expected this either. I feel a little wrong. You hurry to excuse me, I'm just saying. Save the wind and say, don't stress. Your worries are normal. It also shows clearly. Your mind has passed a lot of people. I'm glad you've made such progress. He bowed his head, thank you. Then they sat down at their desks and talked. Liu Feng said, this is actually easy to solve. Set up an inspection team. Mina finished listening and whispered to Nicola with a deep sigh. I said take a day off and get busy again. Nicola grinned. Even though Sao is a young man, people can't leave him. Then the nun spoke. So I'm off to work, some food, some sad drinks. Mina raised her hand in agreement. I want dried fish. Ellie bewildered and asked for the inspection. What part is this? Put your hand on the table and explain. It's the right of opposition. Conduct verification. Until. It's also the expertise used to monitor parts. Are there corrupt people? Ellie sat listening intently. Then Ellie raised her finger and said, It means hanging a lock for power. Please claw your chin to save the wind, yes. Nicola brought drinks. Liu Feng continued, Power is a powerful tool. But we can't let people abuse us. Otherwise, there will be no order. So we have to monitor management. It's impossible to relax. Smiling Siley seemed to understand the answer. You just need an inspection department. We're going to be able to cut off the protective shield. That's not right. Siley heard that. Siley's eyes asked sadly. A like that is not good. Take a cup of tea and explain. For example, people in the inspection department. It also deals with other parts. Chili replied, Give the inspection department another lock. The helpless face said, More and more inspection structure. It just makes our generation. The more it grows, the more it gets messy. There will be a lot of corruption from within. The existence of the organization itself will lead to corruption. It's inevitable. Ellie asked for the banquet, Your Majesty. We don't have a perfect solution. Smiling, he replied, No. This is a spiral. There's no solution. Ellie sighed sadly and said that. Stand up and walk out the window. Just go and force it. But we can start with education. Convey a good worldview accurately for the kids, so that they form a positive orientation towards the future. Let the seeds grow in a better world. Become their mission and their ideal. Standing by the glass door. Look to the distance. It's like the future of this city. And so on. Weather. Some of them will fall into the mud. But just having someone in your heart still exists. Ideally, everyone will have a chance to do it again. On the streets of the Torala Empire. The road has just gone through the rain. It's quite slippery, and there are puddles of rain. A cat-shaped shadow appeared on the street. This black shadow raised its eyes. Look at a room in the city. Even the eyes are as black as the headlights of a car. Because bright eyes are characteristic of cats. Now the darkness is creeping through every corner. Open a window and sneak into a room. The sound of the shadow's feet touching the floor of the room. Meow, 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 constantly standing on the bed. You're laughing. Look at the person who just attacked. You're lying on your face on the floor. Ha ha ha, you are finally here. Hung Sister Jieba. Please come and deal with this poor thief. Jieba handles the spark to Lin's room. She snarled and laughed. Just give it to me. Holding a flame in the Jieba's hand and looking at the thief's face. Oh my God, Jieba spoke up. You're surprised when I see people lying on the floor. And beaten Cho, your face is spinning, is Yonez. She told Lin, this is not a donut. Why did she come to Tozola? Lin stood on the bed and didn't understand. I was surprised to ask Jieba. Sister Jieba turned this guy SAO right now. From where Aveng ran to the gasping voice speaking into the room. Jieba, everyone misunderstood. I saw Avenji clinging to the gate. The bar is also amazing. Avenji, then she hurriedly introduced Thieu too. Lin, this is Ave Nazi in Shankan City. There's Yonez on the ground. Everyone is one of us. Embarrassed to stay buried in bed. I laughed and said, "This is. What a shame." Johnny was taken to bed by everyone. A cold towel is placed on the forehead. John's eyes are still spinning. Look at her. Maybe Lin's technique is quite strong. Everybody's sitting on the living room sofa. Ba, full of questions, asked Avizi. Avizia, Sao people come to Tozola again. Aveni sat on the side answering hung. This is your Majesty's mission. Listen to the doubt, or ask again. So why don't you contact us now? Alphagi face suddenly more serious. She turned to Lin. Well, this. I actually have this. I want you to come up here and think of a way to help. Why did Avenzi? Lin ask. Aveni also sat down and spoke slowly. Your Majesty arranged for me and John to come here. To build money pages. It has now been successfully completed. But the thing is, no guests came. This is completely unsatisfactory to your Majesty. So we'd love for you to try it. Do you have any way to solve this problem? The hero keeps thinking. Let's see the money page. I know, Aveni, please leave me alone. Tomorrow, I guarantee I'll make money from Avenezi and Donut. The girls who outnumber the ant-bursting nest. Early next day at Torala Market. He was holding a newspaper and talking loudly in the market. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for your support this time. This time, the Han Dynasty we brought here. It's about to be sold out. Not long after, we're going back to the Han Dynasty. Everyone at the bottom boomed, "Oh. God is so fast. I haven't even been able to buy anything yet." Associated with the green robe. You keep talking. Dear friends, you haven't bought what you want. Hurry up and buy time. There will be a big discount on our market today. Don't worry about the hole. There is a discount. Small traders. The people of Tokyo are fighting each other. The people of the Han Dynasty are coming back. I'm finally back. I can't wait. I want to follow them to the Han Dynasty to make money. Some people are also confused. Fast. Arrange people to the port to prepare the boat and money. Don't let it be too late. In the busy air, there's a trader pointing his hand towards Ba and Lin. This man told his accomplices. Look, people, look where Kier wants to go. Someone in that group hurriedly said. Go away, Theo. Say not. You want to buy something to bring back to the Han Dynasty. This opportunity to grow, we absolutely can't ignore it, right? You're right, someone else agrees. And so this group of people rushed to Theo Lin. Linda Ba seems to know all about it. The Kier traders, follow them. This is Lin's design. Ba put her hands over her mouth and whispered to Lin. Lin, the Kier are really following us. Lin replied happily. Of course. Now in their eyes, you're a gold bat. Wherever you go, those people will follow you there. After a while, Lin came to the money. She shouted. See the money page that Avizi said. There it is. She jumped up with joy and went on to tell her Ba. This place has money. The Kier group had been following Lin's back and Ba's. I heard Lin shout the name money. Ask each other questions. People have money. What is money page? Have you ever seen this shop? A man answered. Hero, that thing. It seems like before I heard people from the Han Dynasty come back from there. That's where you can send money in exchange for a certificate. Then use that certificate. But go to another site to withdraw money if you want. A surprised woman that screamed. This is not too convenient. Another put his hand on his chin. Look, this is definitely not a scam. Now inside the front page. Donut and Aveni asked Lin if they'd come in. Lin is very sure that answer John's. Don't worry, Johnny. Design of money page. It's for people's convenience and to avoid danger. The traders are outside. Many people will follow Lin to the Han Dynasty. They're obviously carrying large amounts of money with them. If you have an accident at sea, you're broke. If there's a way to avoid this danger, of course, they'll find the door themselves. I know them too well, John. Lin happily continued to talk. It's simple. Money just need you alone as bait. That's enough to get them here. Hero is that. Aveni was very impressed and praised Slot Lin. I don't blame anyone who came before. There is no propaganda. The people who followed the glass were now at the front door. Everyone is eager to race. Come on in and see if that's okay. You have to be right. Come on in. Go in and try it. In front of the front door, in front of the loved ones. The staff of Money Page is working on Cho Lin. Talk to the money manager. I've filled it out. The polite employee replied. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, can we go to Kim now? Old Lee replied. Of course, it's possible. Then Lin's subordinates spoke loudly. Give way, please, don't hinder. The merchants hurriedly gave way and said, yes. And then these people were overwhelmed by Kim. That Lin's subordinates are bringing in for her. Everyone is complaining and opening their mouths. Oh my God, this is so much money. Confidently put Kim on the table. And tell the staff. $2.5 million, let's count it. The staff happily replied. Yes, please wait a moment. The people in the back saw this. It's buzzing again, really sending it. A purple-haired worker. Professional working style. She happily told the merchants. Stand behind your back. Please understand and wait. Because the amount of money sent by this guest is quite large, we need with the checker. So it's going to be a while. The traders below are kind. Happy to answer. Oh yes, it's okay. A couple of traders come up to the customer service side. Ask the staff here. I'd like to ask. Money can actually be sent here. Go to other places to get SAO. The employee replied with a smile. Of course, ladies and gentlemen. Our money shop. Distributed across countries. Just bring the certificate. You can withdraw money anywhere. Moreover, will be according to the quantity of your periodic deposit. Send it to everyone. Percentage interest. People's money is still there. You can get more interest if you send it to us. The big sowers also have interest. I'm like that. A while later, Lin's $2,300 were counted by the staff. A reverent employee, but put the certificate up and say, our guests have counted. This is a certificate for you to withdraw. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everyone. People follow Lin. Now we have the opportunity to meet again. See, Miss Lin actually sends money here. Others replied. She's not worried at all. And maybe we don't have to worry. This time the hairdresser. Purple bloom. It's about inviting the customers waiting below. The next guests. AI wants to be sent money to receive interest like lady. Come up here, even if you are very warm. But everyone below looked at each other. He doesn't seem to believe it. The face is a little worried about sending money to the money shop. But only 2 seconds later, everyone raised their hands and spoke out loud. Me first. Everybody's happy. Miss Lin dared to send. Confirmed there is no problem. We also want to send it. Come on, let me send money. Juliet and Avenesi stand in the court. To see this scene, Juliet goat full of excitement. It worked, Aveni. Aveni also answered with a smile. This is Lin's head. The tiger is the one you chose. That's pretty good. That we can safely return. I have spoken to your majesty. Oh, he's so happy. At the same time at the imperial palace. The sun is still shining at the top of this city. In the office. Save the document that LA just reported. He nodded and said hum in DTO. LA doesn't know what you're pleased with. You can't help but be curious and ask. Your Majesty, what good news do you have? Save the shop and give it to Ali. This is good news from Tazilla. The face cannot hide its joy. Then say again. The money page over there has been smoothly opened. Moreover, the business is very exciting. In this letter, Avizi also said, tell me. Success is lucky this time, thanks to your sister, Lin Chili. I will definitely praise her when she comes back. Say, lay, and listen. I'm very proud of my sister Lin. She smiled and thanked him. Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Continue reading the news that Aveni sent you. Your face is still bright. Read the letter, I thought happily. But more amazing is the La Sen Empire. It was a letter from Asina. In a letter of some sort, Igina summed it up. Your Majesty, I'm Igina. Money page. It was well established in the La Sen Empire. I believe that, I found out through Jenny the Princess. I was a man of the La Sen Empire. I don't have this either. You are not going to hide your Majesty. This time the money can be smoothly opened. I also asked some old friends. In the future, they can also help your money to stand firm in this mountain empire without too much. Don't worry, Your Majesty. They're harmless to your plan, so don't worry. Read these letters. The wind is not out of surprise. Igina is magical. Ellie saw that she had been reading Igina's letter. Without any reaction or words. She also asked Han. Your Majesty has been appointed by Gina Sao. He shook his head, replied Ellie. No, it's nothing. You don't need to pay attention. Your Majesty didn't tell Ellie. Because I think that the best thing about Asina is let her say it all herself. Folded by the letters of Igina and Aveng. Now put your hands on the table. Natural posture. To speak to Ellie as well as Siley. Okay, if the money's on both sides. Both Tazona and La Sun are officially in business. The boat will be back soon. Then, we should also proceed to the next step. Come on. Then he looked at Miss Siley and ordered. The first is Siley. She informed the radio station for the telegraph. Send a message to everyone in charge. In these 2 places. She said, let them be. After the company starts. The secret transfer of currencies of countries. Follow the crew back here. Keep only a part. It's enough for consumption. Siley just listened. Just put it on paper. A warning of Liu Feng. Ellie had a question and asked again. If you lack that money, we will bring it back. Just show your hands and confirm. Of course, Ellie. Money cannot be brought back from beginning to end. It's just numbers. It doesn't work. I just wish they could. Save the Clear Wind continued. And we can't just leave money there. You have to use this money to earn more. Not SAO. Then he gave Ellie some documents and told Ellie. Ellie after giving the money back. I arranged the money for the school. Let's set it up as a page total. According to this part of the agreement. To handle the shipment and mobilize the money. Yes, master. Ellie took the document and happily replied. Go back to Siley and tell her. The second sleigh. Ask the merchant to buy a large amount of materials. We don't need products from other countries, but the material we've never seen before, or bring it all at a low price. Then the third. Please notify all factories to prepare. The next time period, people will often have to increase CA, full production power. Very quickly, the company will bring a large number of foreign traders back. It's a chance to close your eyes and make a lot of money. We've got to make sure we take that chance. Ellie was amazed to celebrate big ideas. Very good of Liu Feng. Haha, I saw it. Gold is constantly flowing into our country. Then Ellie came close to saving the wind. Glad to stand in front of you and speak. Now look at the comparison with the young master. The black team and pro are stupid. There's obviously an opportunity to make big money, but I didn't do it. He also laughed softly and replied. Haha, the purpose of deciding the trick. Take a look at the documents in your hand. Speak softly and continue. Actually, if you don't do this, they will start trading sooner or later. This is the inevitable course of history. Come here and think carefully. Something about being excited. The traders have the benefit of this epidemic. You will also find profit. That a new 6 brought. It's not a small business anymore. Interest more than open income. Our eyes will have to widen to the sea. More thinking about the future. The wind is more comfortable. Dreaming of a bright future. Until then, the maritime age that belongs to this country will also come. It's worth waiting for. After a while, it's a beautiful and rich picture of the future. Go back and talk to Ellie. It's about opening a money shop on the beach. I don't know what the situation is. Ellie raised her hand and she answered, well, leather strap and Misa. It's been going on for a while. There will be news soon, Your Majesty. Transfer scene. The spacecraft is now soaring through space. Spaceship flying through the white clouds. Sister Eyelash Ra reported with Eyelash. Our spacecraft has been. It's close to the Imperial capital. Leather band folding. Please tell the person below to prepare to leave. Yes, ma'am, I've been to King Dofa Pro. Liu Feng's subordinates. His Majesty's gaze dropped below. In front of them is the capital of the empire. It also looks quite vibrant and majestic. Everyone now quickly landed on King Dofa Pro. Leather belt, tell people. Everybody, follow me. Don't let anyone fall behind. Serious leather strap, give orders to the clerical staff. Especially the clerical staff. Don't panic when you get into trouble. We will protect everyone. Please believe in us. All the clerical staff are in agreement. Yes, ma'am. Poultry eyelashes on hand, fun mapped sheet newspaper for goatskin. Sister confirmed the location. Leather band raw. In the dead of night, where the streets in the royal capital are checkered, the leather band is being very careful. Follow and keep a close eye on the guards on patrol. These soldiers are known as the guards of the royal capital. They just complain to each other. How much longer to replace CA so too so sleepy? After a while, I whispered to everyone. Guys, we're here. Leather rope standing in front of the room door, knocking. The man inside asked the man who came. It's not time for the inside to finish talking. I am your grandfather. The last sentence is a sign. It's the goat's own code. The inside of the room speaks. I calculated the date and knew everyone was coming. Come on in. Go inside the room. A man with curly blonde hair. The head has two horns covered in black. When the men of leather walk in, he took off his hood. He put his hand to his chest and said hello. I've been waiting for you for a long time now. The goat replied, hard for you, and asked again. This is a big store you bought. And his servant, 9 years to 7, answered. Yes, even better, the owner is in a hurry to sell. Rest assured is the regular order of Fabro. No one will doubt this. Leather strap compliment, yes, very good. Then the young man. This blonde gives straps bunches keys. Same set of documents. You tell the leather band. Leave the keys and so on to the Lord. I have to go back before. It's late now. That would make the traders suspicious. Goat processing for documents with key holder. Hurry up and answer. Go home. Goat sitting in the middle of the shop. Hold up the key and tell everyone. Everybody find your own restroom. We will go up tomorrow and we will continue. But remember, don't act arbitrarily. Everybody bowed their heads and said yes. Everybody leave. The new leather strap released the heart of the person who breathed a tired sound. Maybe next time you will ask me. I'm not taking this mission back. I'm tired of traveling so far. Augu is so tired. I suddenly asked my sister's mother. Did you forget what you said earlier? What is your face? I asked you again. Hero, this girl. I remember the words that I promised to you. Your Majesty is such an important task. Of course, let me do it. Give it to someone else, I don't mind. Here, the grumpy leather straps on your face. But you still don't let go. She teases her sister. I remember you promised yourself that at first. Than leather belt, so angry she pierced the flute and yelled at you. Please die. You can't scold a little. Leather belt, continue. Give yourself a reason to make more excuses. Hero, you just say it casually. I am also here to help save him. It is also our duty to help him. Misa saw that the leather belt was about too blunt. Then she hurriedly replied, let the leather strap be embarrassed. Yes, yes, yes. But Misa thought aloud. Since when has this? Can it turn into a department thing? It's in the Xing kingdom. Tim Modi's reign begins in the morning. The sun's rays fell on the land. Overlay it a glossy yellow 7. In the boardroom, Timothy, against his chin, pondered. The whole palace is about to collapse. A winner, after grasping the situation now. He said the old man was a fool and took the initiative to lead the enemy in. It's good now. He himself was swallowed clean. After looking at the strategic map, the queen continued laughing. The subject matter is now like a loose sandpot. You want to deal very gently. Count Subin saw that Count Queener was so pleased. Lord Queener said it was too early. Then Count Subin picked up the lollipop. Staring and talking, he said the gods are no more. But the enemy we now face. It's not as easy to deal with as the gods. Tim asked Robin, have you checked the background of those people? Count Subin put the candy in his mouth and nodded. Of course, Your Majesty. A soldier bowed to inform the crowd. T.I. Moti, Your Majesty. Mr. A.C. arrived. Assay to enter politely to consult Your Majesty. After Assay has sat in place, the contest starts the meeting. Tim Moti says if people have come enough, Robin. I want to talk about the intelligence in front of us. Let the two gentlemen know. Robin said yes. Robin opens the document. Start informing about the current situation. Zombies say they're from France. Led by the third queen of the Fabro. He is also the holder of the Black Eye. Led the massive underground slave trade. Count Subin continued. Now she's got a lot. The big city of the house. The city is also in there. She's got a network base of the developed underworld, before helping her take over the vast majority of cities. Without a hitch. In the mind of Count Robin, she is a very cruel woman. Count Robin continues many of our nobles in the process, and help her. Count Guillaume heard here. The mirror he wore seriously angry without saying a word. Those people. Robin stood up and slammed his hand on the table. Analyze the situation if we don't think of a way. Her power is only getting bigger. Waiting for her to devour the gods. We could very well be her next target. Timothy stood up and asked Robin. Robin, how do we deal with her? Robin faced tense. Tell the truth in front of you. I don't see the win. Timothy's face stopped wondering what to say. Count Queener still doesn't believe this isn't true. Countess Queener bent down. Maybe Robin's words are a little too much. Our people are not few. Before dealing with the gods, they don't fall into the trap. Count Subin, Lord Winner, understood the power of the enemy. Say why I said that. The main reason is 20,000 soldiers that she brought with her. Us stripped Robin of moving a flag. Then analyzed the Fabro imperial soldiers. The tradition of lives. They were born and trained in martial arts. And they've gone through countless battlefields. It can be said that the experienced team of 5. Then, these are the other flags that Count Robin moved. At the same time, he analyzed. In front of our military. But look at the huge numbers. But actually Ra is mostly a farmer. Can't live anymore. Truth is counted as strong power. There are only 2,000 people. They've become useful soldiers on the battlefield. It takes time to practice. Say no hospitality. Now, once the battle is on the front lines, 20,000 soldiers of adventure, they can directly destroy us. Count Subin continued. The 3 barons are now frowning and muttering. 10 times the difference later. A racing car hands up. If the front doesn't fight back. Stop for a moment, Asen continued. So let's go guerrilla with her.